But yeah, totally wild, man. Totally wild. And yeah, I know, I'm wondering how many of you are going to notice that I am wearing these cut-off gloves. No, that would not be my ideal choice. I'm not a fan of cut-off gloves. But yeah, unfortunately the BX Polymath had to leave us a little bit early. I think he had some plans with his wife. He had to allocate some time for family time. Sometimes you gotta do that. And it looks like we are heading east. Straight down 27, all the way to Montauk. But if you saw, a couple weeks ago we did a ride out to Montauk. I was on the FXR for that ride. And man, once you hit the one-lane roads, aka Montauk Highway, dude, it's just so gnarly with traffic. And lane splitting is not really an option because the police presence is like no joke out there. So you kind of just have to deal with the most gnarly traffic if you want to ride to the end of the world, aka Montauk. But yeah, man. The other crazy thing is this ride that we're doing right now. You know, we were literally doing this same ride 2 weeks ago, and I was having to run heated gear at some points on the highest setting. That's how cold it was. It's like in the 30s. And now somehow it's like 32 degrees in November. What is going on? And you guys know me, man. I'm not a fair weather rider. My bikes do not get winterized. I ride all year round. Rain, no rain. Freezing, not freezing. So, I'm not gonna act like, because of that I don't celebrate days like today where it is just abnormally warm and sunny when it shouldn't be. But yeah, also the whole daylight savings time thing is really throwing me off a bit this year. You know, where the rides that me, Vongasphalt, and Joey were doing, we would usually pick a pretty lazy, like 10 a.m. meetup time. But now, you know, I'm going outside at 5 p.m. and it's nighttime. You know, we've had to make our meetup times a little bit earlier. For obvious reasons. But yeah, totally wild, man. Totally wild. And yeah, I know, I'm wondering how many of you are going to notice that I am wearing these cut-off gloves. No, that would not be my ideal choice. I'm not a fan of cut-off gloves. Which, although, funny thing to tell you, when I started riding heavily many years ago, cut-off gloves were my glove of choice. You can actually see it in some older pictures. But I've long since moved on from cut-off gloves because, you know, if I go down at 70 plus miles per hour, I still would like to kind of have my fingers if I survive the wreck. But, you know, I just have my gear scattered everywhere, so I figured at my parents' house I would have some pair of quality gloves, most likely from First MSG, lying around. But I didn't, and all I had was these fingerless gloves, so you know what, man, if it's 72 degrees and that's my only option, I'm gonna go with the fingerless gloves. Got the bagger squad up here. What's up, my bagger people? But yeah, man, I feel amazing today. And it's just so funny, man. It's like energy levels, right? Especially here on the East Coast. It just seems like these days our seasons are getting so much shorter. So like days where it is actually like 72 degrees don't really exist. You're either in the full-on blast of the heat and humidity of the summer, or you're in the bitter chill of the winter, and it feels like anything in between that is few and far between. So that's why days like today, where it is kind of like the in-between weather, you just see everyone's energy like so moved in the positive direction. You know, everyone's in a good mood, everyone's on their bikes or in their muscle cars or doing whatever they're doing for their positive mental attitude and state of mind. What's this guy on? Oh man, it's a anniversary Dyna? Nice! Very nice. You know, I had to stop and look at that, man. You don't see a lot of those anniversary Dynas. It's kind of refreshing to not see it have T-bars and a fairing. But yeah, I also kind of think about days like today, and I think about people who live in places like Texas and other places where your winter might feel like this. Like you might get a handful of days that are high 60s and high 70s, you know. Not to say that, like, I know from my friends in Texas, you get plenty of really cold days too. But, you know, I know our friends in the South definitely have some more pleasant winters. So, but for here, you know, mentally, I prepared myself for the bitter chills of winter. So this is just a gift right now from the motorcycle gods, a straight gift. I did take the FXR out for a little brief rip today before the meetup, and just the weather was so nice, I was like, yeah, I think I kind of want to rip on the FXR today, just because for a day like today where it's so mild out, you get so much more wind on that bike that it doesn't matter. But on a colder day, getting blasted with that type of wind, like, you definitely feel that. But I'll talk about that in another video. I think it's worth you guys hearing in terms of fairing comparisons. But that's all I got for this one. Just another really enjoyable group ride with a bunch of excellent East Coast riders that I am so privileged to get to share the road with at times. So shout out to all my friends who rode with us today: the BX Polymath, Vongasphalt aka the Man in Black, Daryl aka RetroJones aka the Velvet Killer, and of course Joey T100. Excellent ride, my people. Maximum mileage with a real great ragtag group of Dynas, FXRs, road glides, and Triumphs. But that's what it's all about. As always, stay safe out there, my people. Invest in real gloves, full gloves. Don't do like I'm doing. Take advantage of these beautiful days when you get them. Man, does it do something for your mood. Ride Dynas, ride FXRs, ride baggers, ride Triumphs. It doesn't matter what you ride, it just matters that you ride. And that's it, y'all. On that, BK Low is out.